Hey everybody, this is Emily Josephine, and today is Sunday, April 16th, 2017, and I'm going to try, no guarantees, but I'm going to try giving y'all a weekly garden update. And when I say garden, I mean the fruit and stuff, you know, the perennials too. So yeah, even though I recently said in another video that I wasn't going to do too much as far as the summer garden this year, I'm still going to have things going on, so I thought some of you, anyway, would appreciate seeing the progress. These three here, 1, 2, 3, are goji berry bushes, plants, and for some reason this is the only one that has produced this year. I can't remember if that one there got flowers last year or not, but they all get about the same amount of sun. That last one there was struggling last year. You can see it's a lot shorter, and it's a lot shorter, but it's growing a new plant over here, so apparently it's recovering. But I don't understand why this one hasn't got any flowers. Maybe, I think I may have gotten two different varieties and this one comes later. Isn't that terrible? But as you can see, this one not only has flowers, but it has red berries that probably need to be picked. And it's got new berries coming here, little green berries. It's hard to see. But those are the goji berries. I thought I'd talk to you, well, first, look at that. Got my sweet potatoes coming up. Now remember when I planted these, if you saw my video, look at the crazy things growing in our loft. The sweet potatoes sprouted while they were in storage, and that's why they're in about maybe less than 3 weeks since planting them, they're already coming through about a foot of mulch. This here is red Malabar spinach. I stole this, I took these wood chips from the garden where the red Malabar spinach had been growing last year. There were, of course, tons of seeds all over. What I'm going to do is I'm going to let these grow to maybe each a foot long, and then I'm going to rip them out and use them for the keyhole garden, which I will be talking about. I don't know if in this video, but pretty soon in one of my garden update videos. But I want to talk about my carrots and why they're growing in a pot. The reason I'm growing them in a pot, and also over here, this isn't really a pot. This is hardware cloth, wire mesh. See there, with landscape fabric around it, and it's just filled up mostly with native soil. I'm trying to amend it with leaves here, but as you can see, it's kind of like a giant pot, right? And as a matter of fact, if I would have thought about this first, I wouldn't have. This is an expensive pot. This is 200 gallons. Yeah, I can't remember exactly how much it costs, but it's, you know, it's not. If you're working within a really strict budget for gardening, you're not going to go out and buy a 200-gallon smart pot. But the reason I'm growing carrots this way is I found out that when I put them in the ground, what happens is as soon as they germinate like this, the pill beetles or sow bugs or whatever find them and eat them up, and I can't get any carrots. As it is, look, you can tell that probably a grasshopper has been chopping on these, and that's not a big deal. Obviously we want the carrots for the roots, but I mean, if the little bitty things are eaten as soon as they come up, then they're not going to grow. So this is the way I decided to do it. And even though this is only about a foot deep or so, these carrots grown in this pot can get pretty big. I've gotten some pretty long carrots from these pots. So anyway, yeah, this pot is a mixture of goat manure. Let's see, it's a mixture of goat manure, the coconut. It's like coconut cocoa peat. It's like peat moss, only it's from the coconut fiber. I think I did put peat moss in here too because that's really cheap and locally available. And some of the locally available potting soil. And I think no, there is native soil in here. So I can't remember if I actually put potting soil in here. I think there's some. But anyway, that's how I did that, and that's why I have basically very high and protected raised beds for my carrots. So that's what's going on there. They're growing. And of course, some of them are falling off into the ground. That happens when we have wind. But that's, you know, it's usually the peaches that wouldn't turn out well that fall off. So, it's all good. You see, the sky's pretty dark. I mean, we have the light on in the house, that's how dark it is. It's kind of hard to tell with the camera really how dark these clouds make it, but we heard a rumble of thunder a couple minutes ago. I haven't heard any since, but we'll see. The wind was blowing like crazy earlier. This is the orchard door. I'm going to move the rock that keeps the door closed. See? Open the door. But earlier this morning it was super windy because of, the storms coming in. So I couldn't do this video then, but then it's gotten real calm, which we know what that means, right? A lot of wind and clouds moving, and then there's calm. Generally means it's going to rain. All right, I want to show you some of these apples. Yeah, you couldn't even tell these were baby apples the last time. I think it was in the strawberry, when I was talking about the strawberries, that video. Look at how much bigger these have gotten anyway. I showed some apples in that video too. See? It actually looks like a baby apple now. So, hopefully nothing gets to the apples this year. I hope, otherwise I'll be really frustrated. Anyway, so I'll move on to the garden since you saw the strawberries recently. So this is my asparagus patch. Oh, look, I should harvest this and eat it. This is new. I've already had to cut down a whole bunch of the stalks. You're supposed to do it in the fall. But the reason this looks bare is because, you look at, they're falling down. You see those? I mean, I had big stalks just falling down everywhere, totally in the way. So I just said, I'm going to prune it because, I don't really need it going to seed and spreading seeds. Let's see. The other major thing I wanted to show you was the peas. Peas, peas, peas. Look at this kiwi going crazy. Look at that. Like, I didn't notice this. This is pretty new. And I hear drops. I think it's starting to sprinkle. I better hurry up. So, these are the trellising peas. These are the peas that get really tall. This is usually what people think of when you think of growing peas in the garden, the one that grow really tall. And they have just started to flower. Where did I see those flowers? Probably on the other side because I'm on this. Oh, there we go. Look. Yep, on the other side. See? And it is sprinkling. I'm going to wrap up this video. Anyway, the reason I like to grow the dwarf peas is that they produce first. They get about 2 feet tall, and they produce a couple of weeks. They start producing a couple of weeks earlier than the tall trellis peas do if you plant them at the same time. And let me explain what happened. It doesn't look like I have a lot of peas growing here. I have 2 dwarf peas and 4 of the tall ones. And the reason is that, well, I mean, the tall ones are okay. Most of those germinated. But I planted, what? Did I plant 8, between 8, I planted maybe 10 seeds, and they didn't germinate. Whereas about at least half of them didn't germinate. And then the ones that I should have planted 2 or 3 seeds together. I guess the seeds are getting old. But the seeds that did germinate, well, guess what? I know we have seen a mouse a couple of times in this garden. I have mice. The plants, like, they got about yay tall. And I was like, okay, I had 5 of these at one time, and the plants just disappeared out of the ground. I figure a mouse came, but because they taste kind of sweet, the greens of the peas taste sweet when they're young. So that's I'm not going to have a very good pea crop this year. Next year, I'm going to plant a lot more and just do a lot better. But I harvested 4 peas from this yesterday, and it is actually starting to rain now. Can you hear that bird up there too? You can hear the tip, 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 tip of the sprinkles, right? And I hear thunder again. So there we go. That's my exciting garden so far this spring. Plus, let me run over and show you the lettuce. Here's to do real quick. I probably planted like 100 seeds in here, and I have had 7. 7 things of lettuces come up. That's because the seeds mostly were in wood chips. Next year I'm going to do a lot better of just making sure the seeds are in dirt. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yep, 7. Oh, well. Alright, well, next time I do a garden update, I'll go into a little more detail about things because the rain is driving me back inside. But thanks a lot for watching. Go ahead and share this video with your gardening friends. And what else? Click my picture up there to subscribe. This is a garlic, by the way, that I'm showing you. I'm just trying to end the video. We're looking at something interesting. And yeah, I talk all about simple living and natural health, that kind of thing. So subscribe if you haven't yet, if you want to hear more about that kind of thing. And until the next video, make sure that you remember to help someone in need.